Clark and Kelly were instrumental in Carolina's upset of number 7 Illinois on Saturday. They helped Carolina win the doubles point and both won their singles matches in straight sets. The Heels' next challenge, Sunday against number 2 Oklahoma. But here's where the comparison gets really scary. Sean May was left off the 2005 first-team AP All-America team for a 7-foot Australian center for Utah named Andrew Bogut. Bryce Johnson was left off the 2016 first-team All-America AP team for a 7-foot Austrian center for Utah named Jakob Poeltl. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, Joel James sort of a surprise in a good way, but Justin Jackson not so much, shooting 22% from threes in a big-time slump. We were expecting him to make that jump freshman to sophomore year, but it's just not happening. He's a little passive.
I don't have it on yet, but tonight I will have it on after the game.
All right, well, Ryan's going to be a little wet watching the Tar Heels, but we're very excited.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about positive. Isaiah Hicks has been a revelation for the Tar Heels. He has been extraordinary, filling in for Kennedy Meeks when he went out for those 7 games. And it looked like he was going to take Meeks' starting spot for a second. Dropped a season-high 21 at Syracuse, playing the baseline against that zone. He was dominant. He's been the most efficient scorer on the team, and he's a North Carolina guy, so you got to love what you're seeing from Isaiah Hicks this year.
Covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
With finals coming up, the spring sports season is winding down.
And it sure is going out with a bang. I'm Rivers Upchurch. She's Jordan Black. We're here to give the people what they want, and that is some hot tennis action. Student athletes at Carolina have been under a dark cloud for more than 4 years. And the NCAA could issue sanctions related to 18 years of academic fraud within just a few weeks. Reporter Kelly Glendenning talked with one UNC student athlete who has felt the impact of the scandal in the classroom. That might be the cutest thing that I've ever seen in my whole life, aside from when I look in the mirror, obviously. Psycho T Tyler Hansbrough made the trip to Cameron. He was 4-0 at Cameron as a player, and spoiler alert, he's 1-0 as a spectator. Carolina pounded the paint all night, including this monster alley-oop to Bryce Johnson. Bryce is fired up. Theo's cheesing. Let's look at it again. Old school Roy Williams offense right here, and Bryce is one of the best at it. Goes up high and throws it down hard. Duke wouldn't go away though. Zodiac killer suspect Grayson Allen comes off the screen and drills the 3. He finished with 29 points. Fast forward, 13 seconds left in the game. Oh no, Luke Kennard is open in the corner, puts in the 3, and Duke pulls within 2. Let's recap the events. First things first, no class. That's always a plus. We had a couple of games canceled, but some students picked up the slack. Yeah, you go, dude, in only a t-shirt. Hope Campus Health takes real good care of your pneumonia.
Since the day Brett Clark and Robert Kelly were paired together, they knew their games would be a great match on the court.
We play pretty similarly, so the transition was probably easier than it usually is when you switch partners. So that worked really well, and I think our success on the court has shown that.
After a stellar first season together, their bond off the court was what made this duo special.
We've become so close that we can kind of be at a dinner with people or be in a group, and when someone says something, we kind of give each other a look and we know exactly what the other one's thinking. We kind of just smile, and no, it's a really cool relationship.
I know we were talking over winter break when we hadn't seen each other for a while. It was like a weird feeling because it seemed like we spent every day together because it was really mostly us two traveling together. So it was kind of weird not being with them for a while.
As their friendship has grown stronger, Kelly and Clark have learned to trust one another when the pressure is on.
If I say that he's going off the rails, that means he is going off the rails, instead of being like, look, man, you focus on yours, I'll focus on mine. We kind of have this cool relationship where we can tell each other when we're not meeting expectations.
I decided to put their knowledge of each other to the test with a round of the newlywed game.
Robert, what is Brett's favorite food?
I mean, this could depend when and where. I'm gonna go with chicken parm. No? Nuggets? Chipotle. Oh my goodness.
Space out on you.
Oh, that was bad.
That was bad.
He has like coupons, like $300 worth of coupons, Chipotle.
a two-time first-team All-ACC selection, the first ever UNC volleyball player to earn academic All-America, and now a basketball player? Paige Neuenfeld really can do it all.
I think I've officially been on the team for 3 games, but I've kind of been talking to the coaches a little bit before I was officially on the team, so I'd say I've been kind of working with basketball for about 2 weeks now.
As one of the most accomplished volleyball players in Carolina history, Neuenfeld was a natural team leader. But her role on the basketball team has been a very different experience.
I was kind of joking about it to some of my volleyball teammates the other day, just about how it feels like I'm a freshman again.
Although she hasn't scored any points since joining the team, Neuenfeld is finding other ways to contribute.
I don't really necessarily know how their team functions and, if practices you're supposed to be cheering and be loud, or if it's like basketball courtesy to be more quiet and focused. I think now that I've realized that is helpful, just being a positive force and trying to cheer on my teammates who are very, very talented. I think that's been great.
If nothing else, Neuenfeld brings high energy and some much-needed depth to a very depleted roster. In Chapel Hill, I'm Rivers Upchurch reporting.